Yo, I am free. It is my birthright to be free. It's bullshit when people say that, freedom is like held by someone else. Like, no one is in charge of my freedom. Like, I'm responsible for my freedom, for my liberty. Like, no one can ever take that away from me. So I think it's kind of bullshit when we keep these beliefs where we think that there is an oppressor, when we think that there is someone that is taking our power away, that's suppressing our freedom. Because in reality, it's that belief that keeps an individual from being free. If you think that there's somebody else out there that is stopping you from being free in this moment, then that belief is really what's enslaving you. And that's what I've learned the hard way, man. But now, in this moment, I can say, like, I'm free. I'm finally not falling into the hype. Like, for the longest time, I was so into, like, activism. I was so into, like, protesting and all this shit. Because, like, that's kind of how I came up. That's kind of how I thought was normal. That's kind of how I was programmed in my mind growing up, that, oh, well, these people are out to get you. You're a victim, so you need to do everything in your power to make sure that you switch that you make sure that you take what's yours. That's bullshit. That's an old, outdated narrative. That's not to say that what you feel isn't valid. Like, honor your feelings. You always should honor your emotions. You always should honor your feelings. By all means, do that. But at the same time, I'm saying don't believe the hype. Like, take your time to heal. Take your time to recover. Take your time to formulate your own opinion, your own truth, your own beliefs. But don't believe this hype. Because honestly, what a lot of people think is protesting and going against the system is actually a part of the system. This whole idea of, oh, well, we have to protect this racial group. That's the system. The system is what made us think that we're not one human family. The system is what made us think that we have to tribalize and be in these tribes based on appearances. That's fucking bullshit. And I know haters gonna hate, and I send you love, but I can't act like this shit ain't bullshit no more. So in 2020 going on, I don't give a fuck about subscribing to any group or tribe that's limited. I'm all about the human tribe, baby, the human family. That's what it's about. That's the only way we're gonna go forward. And knowing that true freedom cannot be taken from you. True freedom is a state of consciousness. It's a state of energy. And it's the law of thermodynamics, right? When they say energy can't be created nor destroyed, only transferred from one source to another. So that's how I think of freedom. Freedom is the rawest form of just like energy. It's that birthright energy. It is that expression of Christ. It is that expression of God, that direct expression of God. Like, it is our birthrights as humans to be free, to express our light in the flesh, and to be as creative and innovative as possible. And now, more than ever before, is the time to actually embody that. Like, people have been afraid all throughout history to actually shine their light, to actually be themselves, because of the system, because of this fear of being ridiculed. So it's like this whole energy of like us against them and like being in a mob, really, like in a mob type mentality, that shit is so caveman Neanderthal shit that is not going to move humanity forward. What I'm interested in is being free and encouraging and inspiring others to be free. And the way that we do that is by breaking free, is by letting go of these beliefs that were inherited to us blindly by this system and by other people that say that this is your group, this is the other group, this is how they are, this is how you are. That's all bullshit. And I understand at the same time, overstand, that like pain and trauma and fear is real, and it can cause the most rational human being to just go off the shits. And I understand that that's what's happening right now. But I'm just letting you know, out of love, out of compassion. I'm 26 years old. Like, I was angry my whole life. My whole life, I wanted nothing more than to burn everything down, than to fucking go out and like physically hurt people. But now I realize that that's not the answer. Because the only reason I wanted to do that was because I thought that there was an external source, that it was some other that prevented me from being free. But now, as I speak to you, my friends, I can tell you that I am in charge of my freedom as you are in charge of your freedom. It just takes work. It takes introspection. It takes reflection. It takes you being real with you and going deep within your own heart and your own mind and really facing your own demons, facing your own fears. Being like, okay, I believe this, but is this really my belief? Does this come from my heart? Or does this come from the fucking government? Or does this come from my parents who got their shit from the government? It's deep. And like, look, I get it. I have people that march, some of my aunts marched with Dr. King back in the day. I have, my great-great-grandmother was a slave. Like, I so feel the trauma. I so get the need and the urge and the feeling to want justice. But just know that it's a trap to think that justice is going to come externally. No one owes you shit. Just like you don't owe nobody shit. That's what a free human is. This is all the shit that's been prophesized. Like, now is the time to just like shift the tide of history. Reclaim your birthright. Your birthright is to be free. Don't listen to the fucking media. Don't listen to the government. Don't listen to these mob activists or whatever that are trying to get you riled up, that are trying to get us to repeat these episodes of history that are rooted in fear and division and separation. That's bullshit, and that's not gonna lead to progression. All that mentality is gonna lead to is just cycles of repeating the same shit. There may be moments of, oh, things have changed, but then there's gonna be more violence, more bullshit, because that's what this system's meant to do. So just know that we don't need shit. You don't need shit. You're free as is. Thank you so much for being you. And I just felt like that needed to be heard. Peace, love, unity, and respect. And we rising, baby. Hey!